Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video I'll be talking about all the things I have learned in 2023 because it was it was an interesting year. A lot has happened in 2023, so let me give you a quick recap. I started 2023 really interesting. I was party hopping on New Year's Eve and New Year's. Yeah, but I started with like the first few weeks I just went to school normally. I hung out with a friend, like with friends and all these things. I still volunteered a lot at church and I went to the gym a lot. I went to the gym 6 times a week. So like that middle of February I got into a relationship. So I wasn't single anymore. I got sick a lot of times in 2023. I will not talk about every single time, but it was at least 5 times or so that I was sick. So last week of March, it was third week at my school because it was my last school week ever. So that was interesting and fun. All of April I was just studying. I injured my shoulder at the gym. Yeah, but I studied, and then end of April and beginning of March I had my finals, my written finals for high school, and I passed all of them with pretty good grades, as I later knew. May I traveled with my then boyfriend to Prague and with friends to Denmark. And yeah, and then in June I prepared for my OL exam and had my I think at beginning of July or end of June I had my OL exam, and then yeah, beginning of July I had my graduation and my prom. Yeah, and then like I had like a few weeks, I think like 2 or 3 weeks, where I was chilling at home having fun. And then I went to church camp. The summer camp. I was a counselor there. It was great, except that we had COVID. Like I didn't get COVID, but a lot of other counselors and kids had it. So yeah, that week was just that like it was 2 weeks long. It was pretty hard to say the least, but we got through it. I came back and I came back on a Sunday, and on Friday I was flying to New York because I spent 3.5 weeks in New York and Washington DC, solo traveling. It was amazing, I loved it. So yeah, after I came back from that, I didn't do that much. Then on October, middle of October, I applied for university in Sweden. And it was really stressful, but I applied to multiple universities. I think I applied to like 4 or 5, but yeah. And then I went on another church trip. It's our fall trip to the Netherlands, and it was really great. We went to Utrecht and Den Haag, The Hague, as you say in English, so that's weird, but okay. But yeah, we were in a different part of the Netherlands where our house were, but yeah, that was great. Yeah, literally on the 16th I applied for university. On the 27th I got my acceptance offer. Yeah, I was thrilled, I loved it, and I accepted it after a few days. Oh, I got an email. Okay, let's open. Oh my gosh, okay, it already says offer of acceptance. The admission office at Young Community University is placed in for you. Accepted to start iteration at Young Community University. At 18th of August. So yeah, I'm going to university in Sweden starting next year in August, and I just love it. But yeah, end of October I broke up with my boyfriend. Then in November I started working until middle of November. I started working until Christmas, because then I quit my job because I didn't like it. It gave me anxiety. Yeah, but yeah, literally starting from like the summer, I didn't volunteer as much anymore at church because I was just realizing that I didn't really fit in with these people anymore. Because like I was done with school, and they were not, and I'm like, yeah. So, but that's just how sometimes life is. But I got close to another friend. It was amazing. I love her. She's also from church, so that's great. Yeah, and Christmas was pretty interesting because I think it was food poisoning, but only lightly. I do not know what it actually was, but I felt pretty horrible the whole Christmas Eve. And in Germany we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I didn't really do that. I just laid in bed the whole day. But yeah, I met with some like between Christmas and New Year's Eve. I met up with some friends that I haven't seen since graduating. So that was amazing. That was great to see them again. And I told them that we actually be studying in Sweden, and they were like, "What?" Okay, so that was great. I started also in December. I started my driver's license journey because it takes long in Germany, and I really have to do more for that. But yes. So, and yeah, New Year's Eve I spent with some friends of mine from school and my best friend. I also met her at school, so that was great. That was lovely. Yeah, that's actually what happened. Like, there were a lot of other things that happened, but I struggled with mental health this year. I struggled with working out, not working out, physical health a lot because I was sick a lot. Let's get actually in Alfred's recap what I actually did this year, and I'm gonna look to there because they are on my notes. So the first one is people will talk, and let them talk. And yeah, so this is a big one for me because I have noticed a lot of years ago that people talk about me and what I do and all these things, and for a long time it was really hard for me because I was like, why do all these people keep talking, and why, like, it really affected me. But yeah, last year I just realized, I was like, you just have to let them talk. And like, even like people say like stuff in my face, and I'm like, I like you think that, like, I let you talk, I will not respond to that. But it's hard. It's hard because when you realize that people talk about you, you are insecure at some point, and it takes a lot of strength to get out of that. But let people talk because they will, and especially if you are different than they are, and in a lot of things I am different than a lot of other people of my age that I know, they will talk. They will have their opinions, and let them have their opinions. They can even like tell them to you, but you shouldn't let them get to your head. And I know all of this is easy said than done, but we will get there, okay? We will get there. This is a big one that I have learned, especially in the end of 2023. People will continue to disrespect you if you don't respect yourself enough to cut them off. This hurts because, and I get really personal with that one because I've been disrespected a lot in the past with people that I loved, friends, family, relationships, whatever. And you will, once you realize that they don't respect you, you have to cut them off because they will not change. Like, you can speak about it like once or twice, but either you will realize how they will react if they actually respect you or not. You will realize if like how they react to you or how they continue to act, like how they respond to you or how they will react, like how they act towards you after they say that. And it hurts, you know. I had to cut off a lot of people once I realized that they are disrespecting me, and I'm not completely done with that. But you will get there, and this is like the legit only way you can make them realize that they should respect you. You have to respect yourself enough until you attract people that respect you. Yes. People will be jealous and say that you didn't deserve something just because they can't have, no matter how hard you worked. This is a big one, because I have heard a lot of times that I do not deserve the things I have worked so hard for. It is like friends I have, the life I have, the experience I have, the grades I got, whatever, like the achievements I got. People have told me a lot of times that I do not deserve these things, and it is hard and it hurts, especially when these are people that you thought wanted the best for you. But people will be jealous if you achieve something they can't achieve, and they will tell you that you don't deserve these things, and this has nothing to do with you. And that's what you have to realize. You are not at fault here. They are, because they are jealous of what you got. And a lot of times you have to cut these people off or have to like set boundaries with them. And yeah, if they do not respect your boundaries, then the one that is told before, you can't have them in your life. That's just how it is. And I hate to say this because there are a lot of people that I've wanted to have in my life that I can't have in my life because they do not respect me. But that's just sometimes how life is, and it hurts and it's hard. And I do not say it is easy, but it has to be done to be living a great life. The people in your life will influence you. This can go both ways. Either they are great people and they influence you to be the best version of yourself, and you become the best version of yourself, and they will be happy for you, and you will just be good people. Like, you have good people around you, you will be a good person. Or you have bad people, like people that are don't want the best for you, are just fake and just don't know respect you. Yeah. Like, you have to choose, and sometimes you just have to change the people around you. Like, you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. So what that means, you can't change the people you already have in life because they need to want to change on their own, but you can change the people, the person you have in your life. Yes. It's okay to not look like you have everything together. And yeah, I'm taking gap year right now. I do not have everything together. I don't have a job right now, and I'm just really, I don't have it together at all. And it's so hard for me to actually say this and show it and be like, yeah, I do not have everything together right now. And that's okay, because my whole life I've been taught to have my life together and to always show that and never show any weakness in that regard. And yeah, that's just hard. But it's okay. It's okay. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of work to get there, to actually say, hey, it's okay, and to actually believe that. But once you do, it's really good. Okay, this thing is probably weird, but it is true for me. Feeling feelings is wonderful. As someone that hasn't been feeling that much the last few years, 2023 was the year I started having feelings, and it is wonderful. Even though, like, I think like a lot of people, when they hurt or when they sad, they're like, oh, I wish I could just turn my emotions off. And as someone that can do that, you don't want that. And yes, of course, sometimes it's just easy because then you don't have to feel the hurt, but it's really hard to turn them back on. And because of that, you just feel numb, you just feel dissociated. You, yeah, it just feels weird not having feelings because everyone else around you does, but you don't. So yeah, this is why feeling feelings is wonderful, because yeah, and it doesn't matter if he's like, is it sad, angry, or love, or whatever, or like happy or whatever. But yeah, feeling feelings in general is just great. This is more of like a school-related thing, but studying consistently instead of doing it all in a short time. I was not always great in that, but one thing I was really great at was listening in classes, like doing the class and actually writing things down. And that way I didn't really had to learn that much anymore or like study that much for exams. It came like for biology, obviously I had to, but for example for politics or English, I didn't really have to do it that much, and like even German sometimes. So yeah, just bear this in mind. I will think about this especially a lot when I will be starting studying again in this fall. Sometimes you have to say what you think, even if you know that people won't like it. Yes, and even do things that, you know, like cutting people off. Like you have to do that, even though you know that people won't like it, because it's the best for you. And I'm not telling like you should always only do what's best for you, but also I say that. But what I mean that you shouldn't be an asshole. You shouldn't be an a-hole, and you shouldn't just be necessarily like only do things that are good for you. You should also do things that are good for others, but only if these things don't make yourself feel bad. If that makes sense. Yes, because this is a big thing for me. Because a lot of times I say the truth, and because actually I listened to a song yesterday that was really described really perfectly. But yeah, because I'm a woman, and when I tell the truth, I'm a bitch. But if a man does that, he's not a bitch. He's just being honest. Yeah, I'm so tired of that, but that's just how life is right now. Yeah. It's okay to not know who I am. This is a big thing for me because I'm only 18. And a lot of people, like, especially when you graduate high school, a lot of people think that you should know who you want to be, what you want to do in the future, and all these things. And I'm like, no, I'm only 18. Like, I haven't even been on this earth for 20 years. Like, how should I know who I am if like 50-year-old people don't even know who I am? So yeah, it's okay to not know who I am. But you should feel like taking steps to getting to know yourself better. But it's okay to not know who you actually are, and especially as someone that knows like what they want to do in the future, I still don't know who I'm actually am. So yeah, because a lot of people that know me in real life think that I know who I am, but actually I don't know that. I just can fake it really good. This goes with like the first thing I said, just do what you want, people will judge you either way. Yeah, so for example for me it's like I will be studying abroad. I did a lot of things in high school that like I spent, like I had a really busy schedule. A lot of people judged me for that, but in the end it worked for me. So yeah, just do what you want, people will judge you. I don't say that you should like hurt other people, no, like I mean with that you should do what you want without hurting other people. just putting this out there. I do not say that you should hurt other people in whatever thing, whatever. Sometimes, yes, you hurt people if you end things or if you do what's best for you. Yes, sometimes people hurt, but you shouldn't be enjoying that. If you're enjoying that, you should go to therapy because you have clearly a problem. This is a big thing, and I think a lot of women need to hear this because I needed to hear that. I am allowed to take up space. Because as women, when we grow up, a lot of times we get told, oh, you should always be smaller, you shouldn't take up space, you shouldn't be loud, you shouldn't express yourself that much, and all these things. And because of that, a lot of times we think that we shouldn't take up space. We just should just be quiet and all these things. And I know, like, I do not say that you should like push people away, no, but you should stand there confidently and just take up the space confidently without taking space away from other people. And we should all like helping each other to do that. Like I with a friend that I got really close with the last few months, a former friend of mine told her, oh, you're becoming a lot like Milena. And she told me that, and I was like, thank God, I am so glad, because she was really insecure before that, and I started to show, hey, it is okay to take up space, it is okay to say your opinion and to just be yourself and to express yourself and to call out people, because I do that a lot, and I also get called out a lot. I like that because then I can change and I can, you know, but yeah, when she told me, I was like, okay, thank God, I love it, because it is so hard as a woman, like, to get to space, because everyone, also the society says that you should, like, I watched Barbie this year twice. I loved the movie, but last year, so yes. And you, as a woman, like, everyone wants you to be confident and to take up space and to love yourself, but when you actually do, people will hate you for doing exactly what they wanted you to do. And this is true. Like, as someone that I love myself, I can confidently say that I love myself and that I like myself and that I'm confident. And everyone always says, oh, you should be confident, all this stuff. But when you do, when you are confident, when you love yourself, people won't like you because you will call them out. And they, like, a lot of people don't like to be called out. And yes, sometimes for me it stings that when people like call me out, but in the end I love it because I'm like, okay, I can learn from that. I can learn from that. So yes, time without distraction is important, and especially on that while I was traveling, solo traveling, because yeah, it was just amazing. But yeah, literally I will do different challenges in 2024 every single month, and one of that is just having every single day having time that is distraction free, because it helps so much with thinking through things and just figuring things out and getting through things. Yeah, I will never ever like not do this, because, or like, I will not forget it because it's so important. Okay, the next few things are just kind of this, not the same, but like go hand in hand. So like, take chances, take risks, and try things out. Like, for example, I tried a job out. I tried it for like 1.5 months. It was not for me. I didn't like it, but it took a chance. I tried it, but it wasn't for me, and that's fine. But you just have to try things out to see if they are for you. Yes, and like for example, my friend, and she thought about like when I came back from traveling, I was like, oh my gosh, you have to solo travel. And she was like, I don't know, I'm not completely sure. And now she's also traveling to New York solo this year, 2024. And yeah, I was like, we literally beginning of this year we had a conversation about that, and I was like, hey, because she was like, I don't know if it's like the right thing for me, like I don't know if I like it. And I was like, hey, just try it out and then you will know if it's something for you or not. You can just say if it is for you or not, and this is what it's all about. She was like, okay. And a few days later she texted me and was like, hey, I actually booked it. And I was like, great, nice. So yeah, this is actually like, just take a chance, just try it out. And it's okay if you don't like it. It's okay to quit things that you don't like, but you can say that you liked it. Okay, this is like a big thing that I learned this year, because I've always had a plan for every single day until this year, until 2023. So sometimes planning is the best thing to do. Sometimes living into the day without a plan is the best. So I did this when I was solo traveling, and now I'm doing it again because I don't have anything to do. But yeah, like living a plan, like when I had a really busy schedule, the planning was the best thing to do for me because it worked for me. It was the only thing why I could do all the things that I did while I was in high school. But yeah, now living in today without a plan is actually the best, because I can figure out, okay, what do I actually want? Who am I without a routine? And is a routine great for me, or is it not great? Or what part of routines and what not? Like, it just helps a lot with getting to know yourself. Pace is expensive. And I don't mean this always with like money. Pace is expensive, like, and I even a lot when it comes to people in your life, friends in your life, because the prices I had to pay to be where I am right now in my friendships always a lot. I had to go through a lot of toxic friendships, toxic relationships, just in general not good people. I was also going through a lot. I was also not always a good friend, and just yeah, it takes a lot it took a lot of strength for me to be where I am right now. You can't start a new chapter in your life if you continue to reread the last one. This is so a big thing, because right now I'm starting a completely new chapter. Like, I'm in a completely different season of my life right now, but I can't really start it if I still reread the last chapter. Like, I can't move on if I'm still thinking about the things that happened in the past. Last one, and this is one thing that I'm really, really passionate about, is you don't have to be the bigger person. You don't have to be the bigger person, because I've been the bigger person my whole life. Okay, not my whole life, but a really long time. Always been the one that people are like, oh, you're so mature for your age, or all these things. And yes, I've been, but I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm tired. And what I mean with being the bigger person, I'm not being like, oh, I just want to be a bad person now. No, I mean with being the bigger person, what I think about a lot of times, it's I just disrespected myself to be the big person. I didn't feel my anger. I didn't express it. I didn't say what I thought to be the bigger person. And yeah, I saw a TikTok actually. I'm gonna post a stitch to that, but I'm gonna say this here. It's the TikTok said, like, you shouldn't be the bigger persons in relationships that you don't value. And this is so true. Like, you don't have to be the bigger persons with your ex-boyfriend, with ex-friends, or like with the past, with people from your past, because you are allowed to say your opinion, you are allowed to say your side of the story. And I didn't do that in the past, and now I'm just so done with being that, because I am done with disrespecting myself so that other people are not disrespected, or that other people don't like lose friends or lose the life they have right now. Yeah, all while I'm like disrespecting myself. Yeah, so I'm done with being to be a person. You should too. And this is everything I learned in 2023. If you have things that you learned in 2023, please comment them down below, because I would love to learn from you. I hope you'll learn something from this. And I will see you in the next video. I think it's gonna be a reading vlog, because I've read a lot in the last few years, last few days. And yeah, I will see you.